So Juan, man, it's like week 15 now. It's been an amazing few couple weeks, and more importantly, it's been an amazing year for me. I'm coming a couple weeks shy or days shy of like being here for a year now, and you just finished talking to me. Something that Preston's religiously on for me is protein intake, or the idea of the protein now for me is what's most important, most crucial part of my day. And so, man, you brought an idea to me, which is if at the end of the night you've got to get all the rest of the protein in before bed, which is something that I never tried to do that. And man, thank you for that, most importantly. But you also mentioned to me something just now that, man, it sparked an idea in my mind, and I'd like to add a little bit more to that, or see if you could give a bit more insight into that. The idea that what we eat is like the leading thing, the driving force in our day or in our physique, and that our physique is what's going to be allow us to pour into other individuals, whether that's significant others or people in your environment, coworkers, partners. What's the insight that we could give onto that aspect of protein and nutrition? I guess more or less.
The best way to look at it is that what we eat is what we are.
Right.
If I have enough protein, I know my muscle recovery is going to be 100%. Stronger muscles, I can move better, I can function better, I can live better.
Right.
If I have vegetables, I got the right nutrients and minerals in my body.
Okay.
Carbohydrates, I have the right amount of energy. So now everyone's a different individual. Everyone has different tasks that they do. They have different workouts, or some people box, some people do HIIT, some people CrossFit, some people bodybuilding. So depending on what it is you're doing, then it's about gauging what you need and how much you need. Do you see what I mean? But the next thing to think about is, if this is what I understand I need for the next day to perform, does it make sense to go to sleep without what I need?
Right, which is the part that I never really looked into, that I wasn't aware of. Like, oh, you know what? If I do know I need a certain amount of protein in a day, or grams of it in a day, then whether that means I do it midday or I do it before going to sleep, I got to try to fit it all into my day. And so that was part of the,
Yeah. And a great way to frame it, right? It would be, let's use a metaphor. If I am a salesman and I need this quota before my end of day at 5 p.m., and without that quota, I didn't really do a good job.
right.
Look at it the same way. The food is your quota, for your, and that quota is for your next day. And more importantly, it's about how you feel. So the next thing to say is, for people, is that they have to go experience. Because me personally, I was brought up in a household where rice and beans was eaten on every meal all day. Go ahead, presidente, that's good for you. That's what men drink. So the question is that information really the best information?
Right.
Now this goes back to the idea of always making sure and referencing that the information we're getting is the best. And even when it comes to like information for anything, that goes to everything. If someone's telling me, hey, listen, like this business deal, if you put in this much, you're gonna receive this much, I'm gonna make sure I get all the information. Hey, if you go and you complete this contract and you do it in this way and such, I'm gonna get all the information. Hey, just so you know, right, like I seen so-and-so and they said that, hey, this is what they're feeling and you're making them feel that, then I'm gonna get all the information. Because also, like with so-and-so, like, what did they do? So now a great way to look at that is if there's an elephant, right?
Okay.
And there's someone behind, someone's on the left, someone's on the right, someone's in the front, they can only see their side. An elephant's so big that the only way to actually see all the information, you have to go around. And if you understand that, that's how you make decisions. That's why it's so important not to make judgment. And when I say not to make judgment, it's really, you have to think as human beings, we have positive and negative biases. Then a lot of the time we go and we start making decisions without realizing, do I have the best outlook?
Okay.
Therefore, judgment without perception in front is fruitless.
And how does Juan nowadays go about vetting all the information that's coming in and out through, your day to day?
I follow my intuition.
Okay.
Automatically. If I have, let's say, every single day I got some type of fire. So if I have this fire in front of me, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go reference a book that has to do with that information if I'm not familiar with it.
Okay.
Now, if I am familiar with it, or if I'm not and I already referenced the book, next I'm going to call the people that I know who have been proven in the field with that type of information. Then, let's say if I don't know somebody in that field, I'm going to find someone that does know somebody in that field. And before I make any type of decisions, I'm gonna then not only reference the book and the information I got from there, not only reference what I got from whatever expert I reached out to, now I'm gonna bring it all back to me and go with what I know.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because through my experiences from all these different industries, my divergent thinking, it's very effective.
Yeah.
But that's because it's been prepared. I have so much I've thrown into my subconscious. I've probably been reading every day for over 5 years already. There's so much in my subconscious that I'm gonna trust me because I've also made a lot of great decisions. I've also faced a lot of challenges and obstacles. So I know that my discernment and my judgment has been tested and proven.
Right.
What I don't want to end up doing is having conversations with people who are telling me, hey, I think this or I think that. I kind of want to have all right, so this is what you did in that situation.
Yeah.
I want to hear about firsthand experience. I think the best experience that you can ever acquire, the best form of information, comes from firsthand experience. Now, this is the thing, too. I'm also okay with whatever happens. And that's so powerful because I think a lot of people, they go into this perspective if I go and make a decision or if I make a judgment, it has to succeed.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
You just have to learn from it.
Yeah.
Whether it works or it doesn't, learn from it. And that's how judgment improves.